Hello, I'm Andy. I am the founder and songwriter of Postrich Bear, as well as the co-founder and songwriter for Sadgasm. And I play guitar in both of those bands. In Postrich Bear, I play all the instruments except for the trumpet. There's a lot of things that got me into music. Growing up, my mom was a dance teacher, so I was around classical music just all the time because she would just take me to work. So I remember just being around classical music, and so I definitely had an early ear for stuff that was not the typical radio music. But at the same time, I also had my father who was like very much into I guess like 80s like 80s metal, like hair metal music. So I definitely had my fair share of like Def Leppard growing up and all the other like classic like Blondie, Pink Floyd, and all those kind of artists. So I definitely grew up around music. My uncle was a drummer, and I remember growing up that his band would practice and I'd watch them as a kid when my grandma would watch me. It wasn't until like elementary school that I picked up the cello in fourth grade. Even though we were all fourth graders, I remember it was like the coolest thing when you like play a song with a group of people and it like kind of all comes together because you'll like be practicing these parts as like a kid and like by themselves, isolated. You're not really sure if they make sense because it's just kind of like long drawn out notes, especially at that level. But then once you put everything together, it starts to create this like the big picture. And then I think it was definitely like a click for me when I started to be able to see that big picture and see what you're able to do with music, because it just, you realize once you have an instrument in your hand how much power you have, and there's like an infinite ways you could go direction wise with songs. And then since then I've learned more instruments and stuff, but even just playing with people and finding that self-discovery and that creative freedom just really pushed me to become like an actual musical artist today. I don't know, give my music a chance. Postrich.bandcamp.com. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll like the older stuff, maybe you'll like the newer stuff. I don't know. But and also Sadgasm. And also go out there, and if you live in a city that has a music scene and maybe they have a scene you don't know about it, go out there and try and check out local music, because there's a lot of stuff that really goes under the radar that deserves way more attention than other stuff that gets listened to.